As you've probably heard by now, Josh Duggar was arrested on child pornography charges back in April. He's currently out on bail, living with friends of his father's and awaiting his trial, which is set to begin in July. Needless to say, things aren't looking good for Josh. In fact, some fans have become convinced that the 33-year-old father of 6 is in a life-or-death situation. Obviously, we don't have all of the details of the investigation that led to Josh's arrest, but based on what we know, it seems unlikely that he'll beat the charges. If he's convicted, he could face up to 20 years in prison. And there are several reasons why Josh's sentence might be more difficult than that of the average prisoner. For one thing, prison tends to be more difficult for perpetrators whose victims were children. To make matters worse, Josh is a celebrity, which means the guards and other inmates will likely be familiar with the details of his case before he even gets there. For the purposes of this video, we're gonna talk about Josh's conviction like it's a foregone conclusion, partially because we don't want to imagine a future in which he somehow gets off scot-free. As if all that's not bad enough, Duggar critics on Reddit have pointed out that there was an episode of 19 Kids and Counting in which Josh and Anna preached to a group of female prisoners in a smug and condescending fashion. Remember when Josh and Anna spoke to a woman's prison? One user wrote in the always amusing Duggar Snark subreddit, "Anna's prison visits are going to look a whole lot different the next time she goes." Other users shared quotes from the scene, and it seems the only upside for Josh is that Anna did most of the talking. "Thank God in the good times and thank God in the bad times," Anna told the inmates at one point. "Because if you get angry, it's gonna kill you on the inside." Yes, without a trace of irony, two privileged white people went to a prison and explained to the inmates that they need to stop being so angry. In a confessional segment, Josh climbed atop his high horse in order to explain what a wonderful thing he and Anna were doing. "Yeah, they're in there for a reason, but they're people, just like you and I, and they're hurting people," Josh explained. "They made a wrong choice and were caught, and we all make wrong choices," Anna chimed in, apparently unaware that Josh is a walking wrong choice. "So for me growing up, it really made me thankful for my parents, because if I didn't have that support, it could be me." Now, we're not saying that Josh will be targeted in prison because of his preachy past, but it's one more thing he's got going against him. It seems that the only thing prison officials could do to keep him safe would be to keep Josh in 20-hour protective custody, but that carries problems of its own. Solitary confinement has been described as a form of psychological torture, and many have pushed for it to be outlawed in the United States. After about a week of it, Josh would probably prefer to take his chances with the other inmates. The point is, prison is a painful, traumatizing experience for just about every inmate, and it's sure to be especially difficult for Josh. That may be why so many suspect that he'll take his own life if he believes the trial isn't going his way. Despite his many atrocities, we sincerely hope that Josh doesn't go that road. We hope that he'll stand trial, go to prison, and spend the next 2 decades behind bars. And we hope that the experience is painful in proportion to the amount of pain he's caused, which is a whole hell of a lot. That's it for now, thank you for watching, please subscribe to stay tuned.